Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news. Baby dolls, what is Trump being saying about crypto? The guy's very bullish. Did Bitcoin really flip Google McDougal? Yes. The Ponzi has won and will continue to win. We've got that and so much more, friends, including a very special funeral to be held for a $93 million short position, which was just liquidated. We did it. It's real. $93 million short position liquidated. You got absolutely bonked, kabooshed. This guy, my gosh. See the top row, friends? The top row. Oh, man. Remember this ag trade? This one we were all trading Bitcoin back in the day. It was all the price action. All of the volume was being centered around Bitcoin, BitMEX exchange. So you could see all the orders coming in. Memories. So this $93 million short position, I don't know why you were putting on a short, but, you know, it is what it is. We've got plenty of things to cover today, friends. I mean, the weekly candle for BTC, remember, still remains firmly green. We've had 3 green monthly candles now for BTC. BTC doing this engulfing candle. Hopefully we continue to charge up. We're technically in the tasty tubes zone, but the tasty tubes aren't out on the table. So it's basically the tasty tubes come out at like about, you know, game starts at 7:30. They come out about, you know, 7:32, you know, because you're like, hey, we need chips, we need tasty tubes. But they're not out yet. They're still in the cupboard. So, I mean, like we drew this box years ago thinking, oh, well, you know, Bitcoin, I guess, could stop anywhere from like 115 all the way up to 240. So we'll see. It's kind of funny, right? My longest period of time back then, this was assuming the 4-year cycle held. If the 4-year cycle completely fractals itself, the absolute latest it could ever finish is October. And pretty much the earliest you could have finished was March, which it obviously didn't. And we're like still down here, man. It's just wild, man. Market, like no matter what you do to predict in markets, it'll like just totally destroy everyone. It's like, oh, I've got a very wide box. Like I never thought in my wildest dreams 2-3 years ago. I go, this giant box, like look at this. This enormous giant box, which stretches for 9 months and is a literal giant $100,000 plus range for Bitcoin. Surely it'll be somewhere there by now. Nope, it's actually under it. That is just absolutely bonkers. See, Vince, that's why when you introduce leverage, the average person gets destroyed because it's a multifaceted, multi-level game. Yes, not only do you have to worry about price, but now you got to worry about time. Yeah, because your thing could do your direction, but it could do it in like, you know, 28 days from now. And then it's got to go the other direction for the first 14 days. Yeah, so your timing, like it's such a small sliver of time. That's why you really do need an edge. We want to play a bigger edge though, like getting destroyed, watching Bitcoin dominance continue to tick up higher. Man, is this thing ever going to come down? It's just been going up and 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 up. Like the thing will literally, it's just never, ever, ever going to tick down. Like it's just going to go straight to 100%. But you just got to remember those words, right? Or just remember, just etch them in your mind. Maybe you're listening to me in your living room or your car right now, just me saying, it's never going to come down. I can't tell you the amount of trades me and Matt and all the boys have been caught in a trade and we'd say like, you know, it's the middle of the night now. And we're like, oh, it's never coming back ever again. And then it starts coming back. You know, it never, ever, ever just makes you wait and wait and wait and wait. And then eventually does unwind. And then when you're done, you don't want to cut and reverse too soon. That's for sure. This is the others BTC chart. Still a lot of pain. Remember, 7 red monthly candles in a row. I've got some cracker things coming out your way. So the Bitcoin price, friends, the Bitcoin price, it is back in the middle of the range. Okay, a very, very nice higher upper echelon part of the range. We've completed this doom part. We've got now the victory. Now people are starting to get like liquidated on shorts already, which is funny. I mean, like, come on, bro, really? Like, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's come on. Now, what are we gonna do now? Based off Bitcoin and what it does usually after it completes something like this part here is there's no rhyme or reason to it. It always does a little rocket launch pad, so it actually is loading the actual rocket. You know, not like metaphorical, oh, it's coming in a month or 3 or 5 or 6 or sometime this year. No, the actual like immediate rocket. What it does every time is it does load it. You just don't know what type of range part it does, but it does do a skitsy range, and then there is a pop. It just does something like that, and then you continue up. That's actually what it's done in the past. I mean, like, you know, this friends, it does something like that, where it does these like little range apart, and then like bang. That's like basically the kill shot candle, where it literally destroys all the bears. We are literally ready to go. You know, it's also like this. See these parts where it just does these little skitsy range, and then just goes whoa, and then it closes like a whole week above that previous high, and then we're really much ready to go. And then if you're a momentum trader, this is like your one time of the year, 1 or 2 times a year, you have to go mega hard on this bull break. Like, it's got to go up, it flags, and then like you're ready to go bang. Like, you basically just have this like one day here where you're like your go time. Like, everybody gets in hard, you get in hard here, your stop is there. And maybe a lot of altcoins you hold and hold and hold and hold until like one of their low structures gets destroyed. So you might get scared if it does this lower low part, and so you're getting out here. Why would you get out there? Because it'd be like maybe a Fibonacci retrace or something, right? That'd be like a stock standard trader main. So that's I'm just showing you, when you're a trader, you wait for stuff like that. That's what they focus on, friends. But you and me, man, look, you can do that, but you're not gonna make that much money, bro. PLI, PulseChain, PulseX, everything else, dude, they're gonna absolutely murder these types of returns you can get. And by the way, if you're wrong, you get destroyed. You know what I mean? Like, if it comes and actually just pings you down a bit lower, you're wrecked. You know, so I'll just show you right now, expecting Bitcoin, maybe the month of June. Remember, this was GD June. Now we're in joyful July. Maybe it does go like pop, but you never know, man. What if Trump farts again and he goes, okay, now we can go up. Okay, you all got destroyed here, right? Is it really worth taking on that risk? Well, that's the thing, man. It's not. Everyone knows the game. They just don't have the balls. They don't have the balls. That's what it comes down to. See, they don't have the balls to believe, or ovaries, to believe in a crypto to 10 trillion. They don't believe in that. You know, maybe they're look, this is just like a nice walk up, man. It's finally, can you just please do this? Go the parabola. And hopefully all our exotic top signals start to come. Speaking of coming, business PMI is coming out next Wednesday. Okay, business PMI. Remember the business PMI cycle. But remember, the Bitcoin price and the stock market price, which I'll show you, they are forward-looking kind of sentiment indicators for the PMI and what they're going to come out, because they price in all the information today, right now, and the PMI has got to be from like a month ago, you know. But because the S&P 500 has ticked up, which I'll show you, and the NASDAQ and everything's ticked up, right? And by the way, tick, you know what I mean? That's what it just refers to. Look at this, S&P 500 friends is actually through new all-time highs. So I guess Trump really was playing chess. It's funny, S&P 500 through all-time highs. Yeah, this is pretty much saying, oh, PMI is going to be stronger. Okay, that's what. So you're expecting bigger numbers to finally turn around, but we know we want to see, not want to see, we need to see. Like, in historically, alt seasons never happen with PMI below 52. There's that 52 number that I've shown you many times, which it's not a gospel. I made it. I just like looked at the chart and I went back and I knew all the time zones here, and that's why I have this green line. Okay, it's like literally alt season line. Yeah, it has to cross above there, and then literally, so once it crossed. Here was June 2020. This was, friends, if you remember 2020, that was ample forth. That was people using Uniswap, people discovering DeFi, watching Good Morning Crypto, Ivan on Tech, Synthetics, Chainlink. It's funny, friends, just to give you an idea, right? Chainlink literally peaked here in August 2020, right? So after it hit 52, Chainlink's Ethereum and BTC ratio peaked, and Chainlink's US dollar price was 20 bucks here. It's not even 20 bucks right now, that piece of shit. What are you now, you garbage, filthy, trashy animal? 13 bucks, oh my gosh, but it's been 5 freaking years. Ah, gosh, so much pain. Oh, well. But you see, friends, that's all from a PMI 52. It gives you such a big move. You know, you don't know when it's going to stop or anything, but I'm just telling you that's what we're waiting for. The highest we ever got was this little fake out. See, why this was January 1st. So this is actually the December reading. So pretty much everybody was like geared up for a great year at the end of last year. Why? Dark prophecy, unfortunately, trapped everyone, literally everyone, because of Donald Trump's the pre-pricing in. It was pre-cum, you know. They prematurely brought all the weekends forward. So that's all part. That's part of, you know. That's what I was. Unfortunately, my dark prophecy. I'm kind of sad that I like, you know, that happened, but it did. Remember, friends. So markets. It's all about being early, right? But what happens when all the dumb money that they call? What happens when they are all given a reason to get in early? Okay, like the traffic jam example, then no one's early anymore. That's exactly what happened. All the, you know, what you would call gamble, exit liquidity, euphoria, that optimism part, it was brought forward when Donald Trump won, like at the end of last year. And it was a fake out. You know, we brought all of them forward. They come in and we just couldn't go. You know, the economy, I guess they got ahead of themselves. So where the economy was and what they were expecting, like the speed that the economy was moving and everything progressing, it didn't match up, which is sad, right? Because you don't know how it's going to play out, but that's pretty much it. So I guess another way, just a very, very simple way to look at it is, okay, people were like leveraging long and FOMOing in stuff when business PMI is 48 to 49, but they were pretty much doing the same inkling as if PMI was up at like 56. Okay, so and then look what happened. The economy actually like stalled a bit, right? That was Donald Trump, the tariffs, they just basically cut everything off. And everyone was like, oh no, we're too early. But they're not long-termers, you know. If they were the long-termers, they would have been in with us from the start. They'd be us just willing to hold. But that's what happens when, see, they could be long-termers, just that they introduce leverage to themselves. They bet more than they can afford to lose, right? But you know us, friends, we are very used to the pain. I also want to show you this gold chart, friend. This is interesting. So gold, firstly, this is a cool chart here. This is the copper-gold ratio. Got more content on you coming out for you later on. So copper-gold ratio is it's an indicator. Thank you to Mr. Matrix Dude from my YouTube comment section. YouTube comments. I love the YouTube comments, friends. And by the way, okay. I know your biggest criticism of me. You guys only have one. And it kills me. It kills me. And it's always this fucking YouTube comment section. And I reply the same thing every day. Bro, do you know how much time I spend wasting deleting these freaking scam bot messages all day? And I'm always wondering, why me? Why me? Why me? I'm a small channel. And then I realized these freaking YouTube bots, these scammers. And by the way, they're not actual real bots. It's literally a guy in like, it's either China or India. They've got one of those like 3,000 phone panel things and they just pop all the messages, okay? It's because you all watch me a lot. Okay? That's what these bots, these scammers are scum. They don't just go to any channel. They go to a channel where people have like high retention rate. Right, so that really pissed me off when I found that out, because I see other channels, okay, they got way more subs than me. I go, bro, where are the bots? Where's your shitty little fake token X3 1BC? Where's that? By the way, friends, every day, you know my block list, I've got like 180 words now. My community block list on the word section, it's all the X1B, Alaxia. Don't ever touch any of them, okay? And by the way, at first I thought no one believes it, but friends, I got people in real life telling me, oh, I heard about some coin from your comment section that you really like. I'm like, what coin? Pulse? PDI? Chainlink? They're like, no, something called like X1C. I'm like, oh my God, the bots. Oh no, they're actually working. It's impenetrating, so don't fall for it. Obviously, friends, by the way, if you can make it this far, come on, you should know better than that, you know? So YouTube, I don't know why they don't do anything. I block things all the time. Yeah, trust me, it pisses me off. It really pisses me off, friends, because they just don't stop. You know, I would not mind. I would prefer YouTube have this part where you have to pay $1 a month just to be able to comment. $1, or maybe not even that high, maybe like 50 cents. And there you go. There goes 500,000 bots, because they don't have that much money to just be posting and stuff out here. That's also a good idea, friends, for phone calls. You know, we should use crypto where, like I don't want to receive a phone call from just any person. If you want, you got to pay me $1. Maybe not, maybe higher than that. You know what I mean? Like, just give you an example. That's what we should all do that. Or it should cost mail to send like emails or and stuff out here. People like bid for each other's time. That's way better. Otherwise you just keep getting spam over and over and over again, right? We should put a price on stuff like this. Price on the comment section, because friends, I always reply to you guys. I love it. And that's why I'm speaking about it, because Mr. Matrix, right? Mr. Matrix, sir, in my comment section, he reminded me of the copper gold ratio. This is a leading indicator. Remember copper, friends. Copper, you know, just industrial metal, right? It's starting to tick up. And that's what it's pretty much like, almost like a leading indicator. Like, oh, we're about to get the economic boom that Mr. President Pump is talking about. Elon Musk, aka Daddy, says Grok 4 is going to be released just after July 4th. So I'll just show you a picture of him again. He is Elon. Friends, I use AI. I use multiple of them, and they are great, man. They are sick. Any topic, trust me, like at the start, it just looks like a text dump at the start. That's what you think. Yeah, but then when you actually like really need it for stuff, like it's good. The thing is though, it helped me diagnose, friends, it just like helped me diagnose my PC problems. Like I started getting blue screen of deaths again. Yeah, recently. And it broke my heart so much I didn't even tell you guys about this one. This one just killed me. And even the computer store replaced parts, there was a power supply going around back and forth. And then guess what? AI diagnosed it. Yeah, better than the computer dudes. AI basically gave me these instructions. It says, hey, go get this dump, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And they go, oh, you've got shitty Realtek drivers. They are known to cause bad bugs. And then it gave me all these instructions of what to do. It says, hey, go to the driver on your computer, disable power management. Because I noticed I'll be using everything. Friends, if I went, I'm not exaggerating, okay? I would go hang a poop in the pooper in the bathroom, and I'd come back and I'd have a blue screen of death. So I'd work for like, you know, I'm literally here, I'm not joking, 6 hours I wouldn't leave. Just working 6 hours. And then I go hang a pooper, come back, blue screen of death. And I noticed that happen 3 times. I'm like, what is it about my poops that is causing my computer to blow up? And I told ChatGPT, I go, hey, every time I hang a poop, the computer blows up. And they go, oh, that means your computer's going idle in those 5 minutes, and it could be something to do with one of the drivers. Go check the dump and everything out here. That's what I did. Not my dump, not my toilet bowl dump, the actual computer dump, the dump file. They call it dump file. I went through all this stuff, and basically it made me this is amazing, friends. It gave me this little PowerShell script to copy paste, make it pretty much a file on my desktop. And what it does is like every 60 seconds, it does a super fast caps lock on, caps lock off on your PC. Like it presses a very light button and it just runs 24/7. So my computer literally never goes idle, right? So, and by the way, I have a USB Wi-Fi dongle and stuff out here. So all these things that are just able to do, I just couldn't believe all these diagnoses, right? This is not even medical stuff. Remember, it's just like these things, the power of this knowledge. Friends, we haven't seen anything with AI yet, okay? It's just the real stuff with AI is not going to be the sex robots and the Pokemon, okay? Which we've been having a lifelong dream of that. It's going to be when, I think in the next 6, remember, but between December this year and December next year, AI's IQ, it's no longer 120. It's no longer like a kind of smart, well-versed person. It's going to be like 180 to 200. It means it's a genius in every aspect. So it's now going to start being able to like connect multiple topics itself. It's become like superhuman, right? And then imagine another 12 months from that. The IQ gets even bigger, right? Because then you're dealing with something that can combine biometrics formulas with computer and rocket stuff and diagnose medicine, and you can find patterns and stuff. You know what I mean? Just a total wild example, right? You know how we use Fibonacci fractals and retracements and stuff? You know how like something goes down, comes back to the 61.8? Like what if AI, it just being fed all this data, and it says, oh, I find the way how to diagnose like someone early when they have some sort of cancer. Maybe they have a level in their body, right? Maybe a good level of this, like whatever hormone in your body or whatever. Let's say it's meant to be 10. But they could, maybe it finds a way to estimate when it goes to like when it spikes and it comes back to the 61.8 retrace, right? And then it can able to correctly diagnose. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just show you this chart. Like, friends, this is stuff that is blowing our minds. But imagine like there's a level in your blood of something, okay? And normally maybe it's like it spikes because, I don't know, maybe you've had some alcohol or something, right? But maybe AI can measure when it spikes hard and then its new baseline is like at a 61.8 retrace. You see what I mean? Like it's taking fractals that occur in the world that we would no one be able to do, and it'll just make these breakthroughs. So I'm just showing you that's the type of stuff that's coming, you know? And if that makes you like optimistic for the future, it makes you imagine a better world, and then hopefully our Ponzi bags pump in the process, okay? Which is what it all comes down to. The business PMI, friends, the Poop Manufacturers Index comes out Wednesday, as I mentioned to you. So that's like the next phase, right? It's Joyful July, okay? Ethereum co-founder Joseph Lubin says Ethereum is rewiring global finance and could lay the foundation for the world dollarization through stable coins. What? Stable coins? Stable coins super cycle? If only I had a friend who's been literally talking about this 15 times a day for the past 9.5 months. This is Joseph Lubin.
Yeah, so Bitcoin has had...
But yeah, so Joseph Lubin, friends, he is the Michael Saylor version of Ethereum, okay?
First mover advantage, and it's really got a simple value proposition. It's a store of value. It's digital gold, decentralized digital gold. Ethereum represents a decade.
Okay, I know you're bored just like me, but we're still early. Okay, we're still early. Just to let you know. When you see this, friends, we're still early. Okay, one day Ethereum might be multiple trillions of market cap, you know, and they don't have like a nerd, right? They have like a Chad, like a chiseled jaw, does push-ups. You know what I mean? Like, that's not early anymore. That's when they're saying, you know, Ethereum could grow up to 16% in the next decade. Like, when they're talking like that, it's pretty much game over. So that's what you want to see. And I've got to rewire your brain, right, to remind you that we're still early. Bitcoin has flipped Google McDougal in market cap. So what now, Google McDougal? Looks like you're getting flipped by the better Ponzi. Here is Bitcoin. Wonderful. It flipped to Google McDougal. Alphabet. Also a lesson for naming brands, bro. Just don't change your brand name. That's it. Literally, just leave it. We just like, I still call it Google. I totally forgot they renamed to Alphabet. Right? And then, by the way, their ticker is still Goog. Man, people just want to change shit just for no reason. You know what I mean? It's mind share. It's what happens when you get real estate in someone's mind. It's not so easy just to change it, right? Next thing to flip is Amazon, and then Tim Apple, and then Microsoft. Nvidia is the big daddy, dude. Man, Nvidia. That's a big. And gold, friends. Remember, I wanted to show you as well. I wanted to show you gold itself, okay? Gold is suggesting we're going to go high in markets now because gold has finally stalled out. All right? So gold, literally, it's stopped. That's all you need. So gold, remember, friends, it's gold. It's not going to come down and do this, you know, this crypto move, but it's finally, it's just ranging. It's now finally ranging out here, right? This is something to think about. Remember, gold, look at this. It could not make a higher high on the war, the Israel-Iran war, okay? Think about this. It could not make a higher high on that, right? It just literally, pop, comes out here and it's still sitting around. So that's what happens, right? When gold stalls out, it suggests that it's time for risk on to get some rotation. Another cracker news here for you today. Altcoin flows are still poop. So, yeah, very unfortunate. We still have liquid diarrhea poop in the altcoin flows, but it doesn't really tell you anything. It's just that, like, you know, it's been poop, which you all know. This is the altcoin flows chart, and then specifically, this is what it is down now. We're down in these dumps. Just want to show you, look when we peaked. Can you believe it, man? We peaked in Q1 of 2024, a year and a half ago, right? That's when we literally just thought it was getting started. I couldn't believe we had one spike up. That's how high altcoin flows went. On Donald Trump's victory, it was lower, but it was consistent. You know, it was around the election, November, December, etc. And then it just went to poop anyway, straight away. So it's interesting. We were never able to match that. And we remember this, friends. During this time period, if you remember, in that January, we had, see this period coming out here, this March peak, right? That was remember, that was when Richard Hart comes out and says, hey, I'm going to take on the SEC. And then his Bitcoin ETF also gets approved. Like all these things started happening, which you really like. Yes, the bear market is over. But it's just, yeah, feels like it's actually not feels like, it has actually been getting worse for all of us, which is like really breaking a paradigm and breaking everyone's balls here. This is the PulseChain PLS price chart. Still nothing to see here, bro. They're red monthly candles. Once you just see that, oh, the monthly candle can't change color that often. All right, well, you're pretty much locked in. You're just going to have to wait. Remember, we do have a big, massive PulseChain marketing campaign starting. There's been some talks out here. I think what's actually happening is they're going to send post-mail to the richest addresses in USA. Okay, and I think I think there's a gift in there. I think there's free money. Right? Now, obviously, free money gets dumped by poor people. Yeah, but if you give free money to rich people, they don't care about $100. But it could be an incentive. Oh, go claim here and do SIPs. I don't know what it is, okay? I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what it is. Yeah, it's going to be cool, though. At least something else is happening. Bakkt, friends. Bakkt Holdings files an SEC Form S3 to raise up to $1 billion via stock, debt, or warrants. Updated policy paves the way for BTC buyers. Now, why I put this news in is dude, friends, this is the Trump cycle is repeating. Do you know, so one of CryptoFace's biggest trades, I remember when me and him were all in his Discord, right? It was on the Bakkt short. So Bakkt got announced as a crypto exchange here, and then Bitcoin capitulated all the way down here, like a 24% move, got literally destroyed, okay? This was Bakkt. I remember this. This was a triangle, and then it broke down out of the triangle, okay? Bakkt ended up being just a big grift, okay? There was that girl, that lady CEO that ran it, and I think she got done for corruption or something. I forgot what it is. I think you'd go her, but I think, I forgot what happened. I think something happened there, but it was basically, it disappeared. But Donald Trump was president back then. So now with Donald Trump again, Bakkt Exchange, they are now reappearing and they're going to raise money to buy Bitcoin. They're just doing the copy pasting everybody. Everyone's just going to go be like, hey, let's all raise money to all buy BTC all around the world. So we'll see how that plays out. You know, the premiums are going to eventually go discounts because that's what's going to happen in the next bear market, right? People will sell stuff at discounts just to get liquidity. Trump to issue EO boosting AI energy infrastructure, aiming to fast-track data centers in US-China tech race. So this is executive orange juice. So why is Trump going to issue an executive orange juice? Well, obviously, AI and crypto running together in terms of like bleeding edge forward stuff. That's why it's, obviously a tip of everyone's tongue. You know, no surprises here. Nvidia and crypto, same market cap as well. Total coincidence, maybe not. So they will all group them together. We're like, hey, we got to be number one. You know, America, you are number one, bro. Like, we know you got the UFO ships, bro. Okay, we know you've already engineered it. We know it's all planned, man. How long are you gonna keep this facade up? You know what? I'll save it for another video. Actually, I won't tell you what I'm talking about. Okay. Now, friends, bad news. Warning. I got a warning emoji here, okay? My emojis are deliberate. Something you know about your friend Somi, aka me. My emojis are always deliberate. Remember, friends, Bitcoin's emoji today is blue. Remember, if it's green, oh, we just ticked up. We're actually going up. Blue is we've ticked down or sideways, but we're loading the zone. We're still bullish. I'm telling you to still feel bullish. That's what it feels like, just getting shaken out. Obviously, tulip emojis because Ethereum's still a piece of shit. So the emojis are deliberate. I have a warning emoji here. Hackers have stolen 2.1 billion from crypto users in the past month. So, okay, you already know, not your keys, not your coins. Okay, I have to now evolve that for you. Okay, scammers, they don't just say, hey, give me your password anymore. That is not working as much. Okay, so now what they're doing is, obviously, they try to send you to fake phishing sites where you never put in your password anywhere, friends. Do not, for any circumstances, put in your password for anyway. If you have any of the insert your ledger password or insert your seed phrase, stop. Just immediately stop. Think about it for an hour. Go talk, ask somebody on Twitter, ask somebody in Telegram. Right? Hey, is this thing safe? Don't just enter your password ever. Your fingers should not be touching your keyboard to put the passwords in, okay? Unless you're super sure. Scammers have evolved as well. Remember I told you, see what happens, friends. Scum, when it gets watered, right, it grows, right? So what they now do is obviously they hack. Don't put your passwords or your seed phrases on the cloud. Don't Apple, Amazon. Too many hacks have been done. People keep a note file there. If you have it now, please go erase them now. All right. Another thing, like I said, I said they're evolving. Now what scammers do is, okay, they're doing social engineering. They are hacking. They're either imitating fake interview people, managers of like popular people. They pretend to be like a Bloomberg journalist. I'm very sure in one of my like 5,000 DMs, which I've just never read, I've just apologized for it. I just don't have time. You know what I mean? Like I've got no time to wipe my ass. You know what I mean? Like the one time I went to go hang a poop, guess what? My computer starts restarting. It's like the universe saying, "Hi, no, that'll take a 5-minute break," right? So, all these things are fake. They pretend to be a Bloomberg. They pretend to be someone respected, and they build legitimate LinkedIns. They do that. Okay, all of it's fake. And they will socially engineer your friends and family. They'll socially engineer, so they'll try to hack, your auntie or your friend or someone else out there. They'll try to get into them to try to send you a link. That's what they'll do. Okay, so just because your family, everything's a target, friends. Everything is a target. You have to think like the US military, guys. Okay, everything's a target. Everything's a threat. Like I said, your belly button, potential threat. It's your weak point. That's a potato over there. No, it's not. Could be a hand grenade. Okay? That's a fluffy slipper. No, might have a spider inside. Check it. So you have to think like this because only the paranoid survive. Because crypto, friends, is Diablo hardcore mode. Okay? You die once, it's all over. There's no respawning. There's no restarting. We can't rewind everything. Okay? Also, please, don't answer phone calls. If you're on the phone, crypto exchange or Coinbase, it's a scammer. Okay? And it's not an Indian dude. They use either voice things. They get people who can speak English, American English, okay? They sound American, okay? So they will try to get you to panic. So they'll send you emails or SMSs saying, "Warning, someone's trying to access your account. Quick. Someone's trying to access it. Give us the key to stop it now." That's what they do. Quick. Try to get you to panic. And when you send that 6-digit key of the recovery, they're actually logging into your account using that key. All right, so don't panic. In other news, friends, WankerGuru, another news, inferior, lowest value content news. WankerGuru's audience has given praise and love to Ripple for dumping $1 billion plus on XRP holders to acquire companies to help them dump shares on stock market normies. So that's what Ripple's doing. Ripple is acquiring companies because they're going to be the crypto IPO bubble. So obviously they're trying to go public, and that's going to be one hell of an exit dump. That's going to be because Ripple makes no money. Their profit is dumping the coins, right? So what valuation they're going to get? I don't know. They're going to have to, but you're probably thinking, bro, who the hell is going to buy that? That's why what they do is they're trying to make deals with companies to acquire them. They're trying to acquire profitable companies under their wing and trying to give them probably XRP tokens and make some deals. And then that's why, friends, they list these at the top. They list these at the top because at the top you have people saying, "You know what? I'm just gonna put my 30 grand, my 20 grand. I just want to, I'm just gonna hold this for a bit. I think it's got a bit left in it." You have that attitude to do something like that at the tops when it's euphoria. Yeah, you're not thinking about stuff like that now. Now you have stuff like Circle where USDC is actually everywhere, right? And that's what you're gonna end with. You're gonna end with like the Tron IPO and Ripple IPO. WankerGuru's comment section are still fading PulseChain and PDI, which proves we're still so early. Yes, they are, friends. They give It's funny, the WankerGuru, if you're in the WankerGuru comment section, you're actual scum and you're a loser and you're going to get wrecked this whole cycle. I can tell you're already wrecked. And guess what? We're from the PulseChain community. So for me to say that you're wrecked, I know you guys are wrecked. I know these people have no idea what the hell's going on if you're in there. You are giving, there are actual retardios giving the star emoji to Ripple and XRP posts in WankerGuru. That means you have to pay money. And they give a star and like love heart reaction to Tether, CBDC, and all these other just terrible dog shit. And then anything decentralization, freedom, and liberty, and everything out here, they give clown face emojis in there because they just don't understand it. They literally don't understand. So, but you know what? Like I said, like it still makes me happy because it's your competition. It's our competition. You know, mate, who's going to win? Are we going to buy their bags or are they going to buy our bags? Right, they still think we're going to buy their bags. Good luck, bro. That ain't happening. Trump has said critics of his tariffs should go back to business school. So Donald Trump is been on tirade out here, and he's also talked about crypto a bit here. Let's see if we can hear him.
It's become amazing. I mean, it's the jobs that it produces. And I notice more and more you pay in Bitcoin. I mean, people are saying it takes a lot of pressure off the dollar. And it's a great thing for our country. So
So he's talking just about Bitcoin and crypto. Don't even know what he means by take pressure off the dollar. I may have to think about that. So Trump, friends, well, remember, victory, right? I guess it was chess. I guess the tariffs were chess. You know, friends, the tariffs came out. I think it's only like 10 and 30% of the tariffs now. Remember, I think China's paying now 30%. But it went up to like 160%. Do you remember the numbers? Nothing's going to work. And then the market, that's why I'll tell you, the market is smart. SMRTT, smart. The stock market down here, right? Let's say all this fear. So what happened, obviously, all the people who front run, Trump is in, I'm going to do leverage. They all get out here and strong hands buy. Right, and then the market recovered first, and now they finalized, friends. It's funny. Look at it. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Everybody sold here maximum uncertainty, and up here, they just announced the China-US trade deal. America's going to pay 10%. China's going to pay 30%. There you go. Moving on. And they're just moving on now. They just shook hands. Treasury, Secretary, percent. Shaking hands out there. Isn't that it's crazy. It's markets, man. It front runs the future. It front runs the future. Imagine, okay, there are people, I know there are a lot of people out there. I know a lot of people. Friends, even Uncle Bobby, man. Uncle Bobby and Ivan sold a third of the BTC, bro. Imagine you sold, which is what everybody did. I know everybody did because we had enormous volume spike, bro. VIX went to freaking 60 plus. Yeah. Imagine you said, I'm going to get back in when the there's more confirmation and the waters are clearer. Okay, bro, you're buying the high. Crazy. That's what happens. You see? The market's always transferring stuff out here. Like, that's why when you have maximum uncertainty, it's maximum buying opportunity. When you have minimum uncertainty, it's usually the top where there's it's euphoria. You're like, I'm not uncertain about anything. AI's getting good. Everything's going up. Everything's amazing. That's the time to be worried. Trump has said, major loser Fed Chair Powell is hurting the country for years to come. And he says Bitcoin takes the pressure off the dollar. Trump on crypto. If we didn't have crypto, China would. So obviously major loser Jerome Powell. Let's actually go have a quick peek. Have we even seen even more interest rate differentials? It's about here. So it's about 2 cuts priced in. Also, friends, I've got to probably make another mention of this as well. Donald Trump has said, he goes, I think we're going to have to roll over the short-term debt. So do you remember I told you, I think I made videos for this on you about what's going to happen with this crypto cycle? Well, what we've never seen, because this started GFC, is I thought of this, okay, just pure peanut brain here. I said, well, if you can't fire Powell and the rates aren't going to be low enough to roll over that big $9 trillion US debt, what if they did something where he rolls the short one over, right? He rolls a short one over, and then when the rate cuts, then he does the big long-term debt rollover. You know, Donald Trump, friends, he even called, he said Joe Biden's an idiot. And why? He says Joe Biden's an idiot. He rolled over short-term debt 4 years. He's basically saying, because obviously what's Trump want to do? He wants to try do it for a 10-year debt, so it just accumulates for whoever's president in 10 years from now. Then they have to deal with the bill, and if that takes so much pressure off him, I think he has an extra $900 billion to spend and literally just really fire up the economy. So we don't know exactly how it's all going to play out, but we'll wait and see. As well, friends, Trump's World Liberty Financial signs a partnership deal with London hedge fund. So all these signs are just showing us bull market's continuing. I know we're all waiting and waiting and waiting for this, the juicy part to appear. But now we're actually loading that rocket pad launch zone. We haven't had enough time today to go through. This is Peter. I remember Peter got listed and stuff. We're going to go through it. There's more. Yeah, I don't want to say it like that, but big things are actually happening, whether people like it or not. I just don't have any 100% confirmation of anything, so my nipples still remain pegged. This is BTC. We're loading that little range zone before we're finally actually ready to clear up. It'll be, just some straight green candle action. Oh, man, are we going to get alt season? I don't want to hear that word anymore. Man, friends, I promise you, man, I've tried so many things to make a bottom for it. I've been seeking dopamine in the most extreme places of this world just to try usher in some sort of bottom. We'll see. Like, subscribe, Betty Button, and I'll catch you soon.